$2,000, where to spend it? Now, this little topic came about from a challenge at work, and we're talking 2,000 Australian dollars here because, of course, I live in Australia. If you convert that to US dollars, it equals 1,318 US dollars. The exchange rate actually isn't great from Australian dollars to US at the moment. Anyway, long story short, what happened was, essentially my boss, we sell new Toyotas, that's my job. In case you haven't watched the channel, I sell new Toyotas. My boss said he wants to get in a piece of the action on Pokemon card investing. Like a lot of people, it's absolutely blowing up Pokemon investing lately, isn't it? And he said, look, here's $2,000, transfer me $2,000 and said, do with as you please. Buy me whatever you like, whatever you think will perform really well over the next 12 months or 24 months or 36 months. And this is a cool little challenge you might want to set yourself at home. Just allocate $2,000 and see what you can do with it. Or allocate $10,000 and see what you can do with it. Or allocate $500 if cash is a little bit tight at the moment and see what you can do with it. So the big question is, with all that in mind, what should we spend it on? And that was actually really, really hard because as we know at the moment, everything is absolutely up in the Pokemon card world. Sealed product is so expensive. And if you've watched this channel for a while, look, and I'm not saying it's a bad play at all. People make so much money and do so many good plays with singles. You've probably all seen that lady that bought, what'd she buy, like 60 odd promos and sent them all off to get graded and made $3,000 in a short amount of time. And look, there's so many good plays to be made with singles. I'm not saying they're bad investments. I'm just saying, personally, with a full-time job, I don't have the time to do that. So for me, it's sealed investing. So we thought, what can we spend 2,000 Australian dollars or 1,318 US dollars on as sealed products? And everything is up. And there's a new catalyst out for one of the other reasons why everything's up. You probably saw this, the Wall Street Journal article saying there's been a 3,000% return on Pokemon cards. It compared it to some other investments and it showed just how well the Pokemon card investing space has been doing compared to some other more traditional investments, because essentially Pokemon cards is what we'd call an alternate investment. One of the difficult things about Pokemon cards, which will always be, you can't borrow against them. You can't leverage against them. The bank's not going to go, oh, you've got $100,000 worth of Pokemon cards. Yeah, there's $100,000 equity. I'm going to allow that, I'm going to allow that and mean that you can borrow more money based off the leverage you've got there. That's never going to happen. So, that's why Pokemon investments should just be that absolutely fun investment. And at the moment, it's on an absolute tear. So let's jump into some of the cards, some of the sealed products that are on an absolute tear at the moment. And then I'll get into exactly what we spent the $2,000 on. So let's have a look. Some boxes are going absolutely crazy at the moment, and none other than 151's Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. This box is pretty much bang on $1,000 US. Have we seen a rise to ascension that quick? I don't think anything has gone up to $1,000 as quickly as the 151 Pokemon Center Elite Trainer box. We all know how important the stamped promo has been for Pokemon Center Elite Trainer boxes. It's really added weight to them during the Scarlet and Violet era. We've seen it with how expensive the Charmander is from City and Flames. We've seen it with this Snorlax here inside the 151 Elite Trainer box. It is absolutely bonkers. Some other things like Paldea Evolve now is nearing $500 US a booster box at $465 a box. Destined Rivals has gone absolutely bonkers at $375 US a booster box already. It's been out for a few months. It's just insane how much demand there is. And even a set like Paldean Fates, just the booster bundle alone, you're getting 6 packs, is well and truly over $100 US for something that you get 6 Pokemon card packs in for a modern set. This is just insane, isn't it? And look, it feels like it's only going to get more insane. It doesn't feel like it's slowing down. We've had massive reprints or lots of supply of Prismatic Evolutions. It hasn't even seemed to have dented it. Elite Trainer boxes are still at the price they're at. We are due for some sort of Destined Rivals reprint surely. People are screaming out for more affordable Destined Rivals to rip open. We've got Mega Evolutions coming out. Next year, the early Scarlet and Violet sets in April go out of rotation all the way up to Paldean Fates. So that includes booster boxes like Paldea Evolve. That will be out of rotation, and Paldean Fates and 151. It's going to push their prices up even further north. We've got 30th anniversary around the corner as well next year. It just shows no signs of slowing down. So on to the topic at hand. Where should we spend the 2,000 Australian dollars or 1,318 US dollars? Before we do that though, quick shout out to today's video sponsor, which is of course the Collector app. If you don't have it, there'll be a link in the description to download it. Very awesome and easy app to use. If you want to check out my journey, I'm down in the content creators section. The big one now is though, you can actually lock in your profits, and I'll get into that in a second, but you know the drill with Collector. If you've got it, you can add in all your sealed and singles product. It will show you constant market pricing on these based off eBay sales and TCG player pricing. The other thing is there is awesome rewards if you are a pro member. Signing up to be a pro member is easy. It unlocks more skins, it unlocks more data, and then the giveaways are absolutely awesome. And now, like I was saying, one of the coolest new features is you can lock in realized gains. So typically in the portfolio section, it'll show you what the total spend is and what your total on paper value is. But now when you sell something, you can lock in those profits and it'll show you realized gains, which is a really important part of the app. Again, link in the description to download it. Right. 2,000 Australian dollars, 1,318 US dollars. This was a really hard one because straight away my head went, let's get 2 Lost Origin booster boxes. Because I didn't want to buy them. Like, I think one of the best plays at the moment, I'm actually going to do a video on this very soon, is Prismatic Evolutions. Like, it just feels like an absolute no-brainer to me. But I didn't want to buy him like 12 boxes of Prismatic Evolutions or, 10 boxes of Prismatic Evolutions. It's just like difficult to store. So I wanted to get booster boxes, and I thought to myself, what's a good booster box? And the first thing that sprung to mind was Lost Origin. But in Australia, Lost Origin booster boxes are north of 1,500 Australian dollars. So I really wanted to get at least 2 booster boxes with this 2,000 Australian dollars. And it's just not possible. You're not going to get 2 Lost Origin booster boxes. And I didn't want to just buy one. Like, it felt like it's not really enough, so to speak, So I decided, well, you know what? What else came around Lost Origin time? And I think Brilliant Stars is a really good pickup. So that's what I decided on. We got 2 Brilliant Stars booster boxes. And if you look at the price of Brilliant Stars booster boxes, they're currently sitting at $541 US. Now, if you compare that to, say, something like Paldea Evolve, which is sitting at $465, in my eyes, it feels like Brilliant Stars represents much better value. Okay, what are you comparing it to in chases, etc., etc.? Brilliant Stars has the Charizard, which is a more expensive raw chase card than the Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. Now, of course, Paldea Evolved's got that gem multiplier effect because it's so hard to gem 10 that gem 10. It's feels like something off a cartoon, doesn't it? It's so difficult to gem mint 10 that Magikarp from Paldea Evolved. It adds an absolute multiplier effect onto its graded PSA 10 price. The Charizard, not so much. It's a better print quality set and a bit easy to grade, but needless to say, it's an alt art Charizard set. Not only that, you have the Arceus, or Arceus, however you want to pronounce it, alternate art. You have the Rainbow Charizard V-Star, which is actually one of the nicest looking Rainbow cards. Typically, Rainbow cards aren't that nice, but I did like the Charizard V-Star from Brilliant Stars. Moreover than that, this was the reintroduction of the Trainer Gallery. So in case you didn't realize, Sword and Shield bought 4 Trainer Gallery sets, starting with Brilliant Stars, then of course Astral Radiance, then of course Lost Origin, and to finish off with Silver Tempest. Brilliant Stars bought it back. Not only did they bring it back, they brought it back full of evolutions. You had the original Jolteon, Vaporeon, and Flareon, but then the harder to pull ones, you had the Umbreon and the Sylveon, let alone you had cards like Mimikyu in there, which is a really nice looking Trainer Gallery card. These cards raw are worth decent amounts of money, and what it does to the booster box, it adds a new tiered pool. So we got away from sets like Evolving Skies and Chilling Reign, or Fusion Strike, which were just boom or bust. Like, you could open a whole booster box and get yourself absolutely nothing. And it was a bit like, a bit of a disappointing experience. Now, that hasn't hurt the value of those booster boxes at all, but for Brilliant Stars, it adds a new element. Like, if you open a booster box, you're probably gonna get at least 2 or 3, or in some cases 4 Trainer Gallery cards, which sort of adds to the excitement of it. And then on top of that, of course, you've got the big chase of maybe pulling the Rainbow Charizard, maybe pulling the Arceus V in an alt art, or of course the big dog, the Charizard V alt art fighting Venusaur there. So with that in mind, I thought 2 of those would be a really good investment, which took us up to about $1,100 US to buy 2 Brilliant Stars booster boxes. What's really funny is one of the guys that I reached out to and bought it off messaged me, and he goes, thanks mate, all shipped out, here's the receipt, etc, etc. And by the way, are you PokeOdds off YouTube? I was like, it actually is. Yes, it is me. Thanks mate, I'm not buying it for myself, it's for a colleague at work. Anyway, he goes, cool, sweet as man, I'll get it out to you straight away, and really enjoy watching all your videos. So anyway, a little bit of a funny take there. And then finally, we picked up some Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles at $58 a piece. These have been printed somewhat heavily in the United States, a little bit harder to find down here in Australia, but that took us up to our 1,300, pretty much round figures, US dollars. I gave him $20 change back after the exercise. So there we go. We ended up buying a couple of Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles and 2 Brilliant Stars booster boxes. I just feel Brilliant Stars represents really, really good value at $541 US, especially if you compare it to, Destined Rivals, which is already up to 375. And look, Destined Rivals is a better set, it is. Or Paldea Evolve, which is at 465. Also, Brilliant Stars is surrounded by some sets that have absolutely taken off, isn't it? Like Evolving Skies doesn't need any explanation. Fusion Strike has taken off around it. Chilling Reign is starting to take off around it. Lost Origin has absolutely shot to the moon around it. I just feel all these alt art, particularly these alt art trainer gallery sets, they're very quickly going to become expensive booster boxes. And there you go. That's how we essentially spent $1,300 US or 2,000 Australian dollars, 2 Brilliant Stars booster boxes and 2 Prismatic Evolutions booster bundles. I hope for his sake these absolutely fly up to the moon. They should be with me any stage here. So there you go, a fun little exercise. You might want to give it a go yourself and just see what you can do in 12 months or 24 months or 36 months. For us, it's a long-term hold. I think Brilliant Stars is a nice looking booster box and I think they'll do really, really well long-term. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time.